The missing patient, Dr. Alexander, a seasoned psychiatrist, was known for his expertise in treating complex mental disorders. One day, he received an urgent call from a remote mental asylum nestled deep in the woods. The asylum's head nurse, Miss Thompson, informed him that one of their patients, John Doe, had disappeared overnight from a locked room with no trace left behind. Intrigued, Dr. Alexander traveled to the asylum and was greeted by the eerie atmosphere of the decaying institution. He was led to John Doe's room, which was secured with heavy locks and reinforced steel doors. Dr. Alexander examined the room and questioned the staff, but none could explain how John Doe had vanished without a trace. Dr. Alexander delved into John Doe's case files, studying his medical history and interviewing the staff who had interacted with him. The more he investigated, the stranger things became. The staff recounted bizarre occurrences, including inexplicable noises, cold spots, and strange visions in the vicinity of John Doe's room. As Dr. Alexander explored further, he uncovered a series of irregularities in the asylum's records. He discovered that John Doe had been brought to the asylum under mysterious circumstances, and his past was shrouded in secrecy. Dr. Alexander suspected that there was more to John Doe's disappearance than met the eye. Driven by his curiosity and determination to find the truth, Dr. Alexander delved deeper into the asylum's dark history. He uncovered long-buried secrets, including unethical experiments performed on patients in the past. He also learned about the rumors of a ghostly presence haunting the asylum, believed to be the spirit of a former patient who had died under mysterious circumstances. As Dr. Alexander continued his investigation, he started experiencing strange occurrences himself. He heard footsteps in empty hallways, saw shadows lurking in the corners, and felt a chilling presence whenever he approached John Doe's room. His once rational mind started questioning reality as he became entangled in the mystery of the missing patient. Determined to unravel the truth, Dr. Alexander dug deeper into the asylum's dark past and uncovered a shocking revelation. John Doe was not the only patient who had disappeared from the asylum. There were others, and their disappearances were all linked to the ghostly presence haunting the asylum. With time running out, Dr. Alexander confronted the asylum staff and demanded answers. He uncovered a conspiracy involving a cover-up of unethical experiments, illegal activities, and a desperate attempt to conceal the truth about the ghostly presence that haunted the asylum. In a thrilling climax, Dr. Alexander confronted the ghostly presence, revealed its true identity, and uncovered the dark secret behind John Doe's disappearance. With the truth exposed, the asylum's staff were held accountable for their actions, and steps were taken to restore the institution's integrity. As Dr. Alexander left the asylum, he couldn't help but feel a sense of relief mixed with unease. The mystery of the missing patient had been solved, but the harrowing experiences he had witnessed had left an indelible mark on his psyche. He realized that some mysteries were better left buried in the shadows, and some secrets were meant to stay hidden in the darkness of the past. Dr. Alexander returned to his normal life, but he couldn't shake off the lingering sense of unease. He found himself haunted by nightmares, and his once prominent career as a psychiatrist seemed to lose its shine. He became withdrawn and obsessed with finding answers to the lingering questions that still haunted him. Unable to let go of the mystery, Dr. Alexander decided to revisit the asylum, despite the staff's warnings and the looming sense of foreboding. He returned to the decaying building, determined to uncover any remaining truths that had eluded him during his previous investigation. As he delved deeper into the asylum's dark corridors, Dr. Alexander was once again confronted by strange occurrences. He heard whispers in the wind, saw flickering lights, and felt a palpable sense of dread. Yet, he pressed on, driven by his insatiable curiosity. In his search for answers, Dr. Alexander stumbled upon a hidden chamber deep within the asylum, concealed from the rest of the building. In that chamber, he found a shocking discovery that shook him to the core. It revealed a sinister secret experiment that had been conducted on John Doe and other patients, involving mind-altering drugs and a twisted attempt to tap into the supernatural. As Dr. Alexander dug deeper, he uncovered evidence that the ghostly presence haunting the asylum was a result of the failed experiment. The experiment had gone horribly wrong. leaving behind a vengeful spirit seeking revenge for the atrocities committed against it. With the truth finally revealed, Dr. Alexander knew he had to put an end to the haunting and bring closure to the asylum's dark past. He enlisted the help of a local psychic medium who helped him communicate with the vengeful spirit. Through a harrowing and intense encounter, Dr. Alexander confronted the spirit, uncovering its tragic backstory and the reasons behind its wrath. He offered compassion and understanding, seeking forgiveness on behalf of the asylum staff and promising to expose the truth to the world. In a dramatic climax, the vengeful spirit finally found peace and moved on to the afterlife, leaving behind a sense of relief and closure. Dr. Alexander presented his findings to the authorities, leading to legal action against those responsible for the unethical experiments. As Dr. Alexander left the asylum for the final time, he felt a sense of closure and redemption. Although the experience had taken a toll on him, he knew that he had made a difference by bringing the truth to light and ensuring that justice was served. Years later, the asylum was finally shut down, and the truth about the missing patient and the haunting was revealed to the public. Dr. Alexander continued his career, using the lessons he had learned to advocate for ethical practices in the field of psychiatry. The mystery of the missing patient had finally been solved, and although the scars of the past remained, Dr. Alexander had found solace in the knowledge that the truth had prevailed, and justice had been served. The haunting of the asylum became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the dark depths that humanity could sink to when driven by greed and ambition. And for Dr. Alexander, it remained a chilling reminder that some mysteries were better left buried in the shadows.